Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with Kirk? I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It. 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 Welcome to Speak. 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 Who you with, Kirk, dog? Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, dog. I want to welcome everyone to the show. Hopefully y'all had a great weekend this weekend. I know it was pretty chill, long weekend, so I didn't do a whole bunch, but I did enjoy myself, got some rest. I want to welcome everyone on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter. D Live is always in the house, and also Anchor is in the house. So I want to welcome y'all to the show. You can actually subscribe to the channel on Anchor. We do different shows on Anchor, so you can always go and subscribe, just a low fee of $2.99, and then you can turn around and catch the show on the go also for the After Dark program. So definitely take the time to subscribe. I know $2.99, that's just a happy, well, you can't even get a Happy Meal for $2.99 no more. So definitely go and subscribe to the channel at anchor.fm and pull up the show, Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, though. So tonight I posed the question because I've been paying attention to everything that's going on down at the border of Texas, and I just have a question to ask. Do you think America is showing its true color at the border? You can actually call in tonight, 972-591-3665, 972-591-3665, and let us know how you feel. Because the thing is, we've been hearing about the border talk quite a bit lately. Well, we hear about it all the time, but here recently, we've been hearing about it much more. As for immigrants coming over from the border from Mexico or different countries, and something caught my eye the last couple of days with Haitians coming over from Haiti, and immediately once they got to the border, they immediately started talking about deportation for them, sending them back to Haiti. Now, here it is, just a couple of months ago, when a lot of immigrants was coming from different places, they said, "Oh, well, what we could do, we can actually try to put them with family members. As for the kids and everything, we can put them with family members. We can see if we can find host homes for some of these people, and until they go through the process to be able to go back, be reconnected with their families and all of this." But when it come down to the Haitians that came, immediately they said they're going to start deportation on the Haitians. And My thing is, what's the difference? Okay, you have people coming from other country, illegal. You have Haitians coming here, illegal. But with the Haitians, it's like, no, we're gonna keep them at the border in this 100-degree weather up under this bridge, and everybody else, you put them in a camp and keep them there, provide food for them and all of that. But then you turn around when the Haitians does it, you immediately say we're going to deport them. We're going to send them back within the next couple of days. They're going back. Now, listening to a couple of reports, they're talking about they're afraid of riots breaking out. They're afraid of uh, I think when they first came, they said, well, they talked about the vaccine. Well, Haiti is a country that have less than 1% of vaccinated people. But then just a couple of months ago, Greg Abbott was talking about how he wanted to have the state troopers pull over anybody that looked like an illegal immigrant coming from Mexico because they're causing our virus rate to go up. So now you're saying, oh, you making all these excuses why you should send the Haitians back immediately, because once it came out, it's like, oh, we're going to start deporting them either the next day or two. We're going to put them on a plane and take them back. Now, Haiti had been hit hard by several hurricane, earthquakes, and now I don't hate to say it, but the game changed when the color of the skin changed, because the ones coming from Haiti, they look like me, but the ones that been coming over, they don't look like me. Now, also, even up in Iraq, when they was bringing all those people over here, and they started talking about, oh, if they have measles, they need a quarantine and all of this. But you bringing them here. So what's the difference besides the color of the skin? Why you so much in a rush to deport Haitians? I want to know. That's why I say you gotta look at the full picture, because the only difference I see, because each one of those people that is coming across the border, they're coming across the border because of the condition that their country is in, trying to get help. Now, as far as I know, y'all haven't changed it. Y'all say America is the land of the free. But now you're trying to change all of that. Well, if you're going to change it, you need to change what you say about America. Because other than that, the only difference I really see between Haitian, because they all come in here illegal. That's without a doubt. They all come in here illegal. But the only difference is Haitians are black. Haitian are black. And immediately you say, well, we need to deport them. We need to get planes and send them back to Haiti. A country that was just basically almost destroyed by a huge earthquake not too long ago in a hurricane. But you don't care. You don't care. And the only reason why I say America don't care is because they don't look like the so-called picture of America. They skin a little bit darker than most American. So The thing is, I want to know how you feel. Do you feel like America is showing their true colors? Because we know the history of America. We know the racism in America. We know how America have treated black folks for over 400 years. We know all of this, but that's something they don't want taught to our kids. Now that Haitians had came over, yeah, Greg Abbott been talking about building this wall, but Greg, you've been in office long enough. You could have had this wall built years ago. The Republicans before you could have had that wall built years ago. But now all of a sudden it's a re-election year. You want to try to build this wall now to try to get reelected. You want to please a certain group of folks. But at the same time, your horns is also standing up. Yeah, I know this order came from Biden. That's why I said I don't like everything Biden do, and this is one of them that I don't like because it's not right. You have immigrants coming over. You have a certain group of immigrants that you're willing to uh, board, put them up in shelters or whatever you have to do. But then when another group of immigrants come, then you turn around, we need to send them back. It's a crisis. We need to send them back. Not even trying to help them. I would like to know if y'all at least providing food for them. Because from my understanding, some of them is having to get back in the water just to use the restroom or even to cool off because it's 100-degree temperature out there. And then one reporter talking about they're afraid a riot may break out. Well, you never talked about a riot before. But when it's dealing with a person whose skin been kissed by God's son, now a possible riot could break out. I don't understand it. Welcome to the show, T-Cal. Thank you for always tuning in and being a part of the show, supporting the show. Said, yeah, doesn't seem fair. You're right, doesn't seem right at all. Like he did last time with Trump. Exactly. Uh, use the wall to scare people and get the win. That's why it's so important. If you're not registered to vote, you need to get registered today. Get registered to vote for when elections come up. You don't have to try to get ready. You're already ready. Because they're going to try to win this election by any means necessary. And this is one of these things that Abbott is gonna try to use to get reelected. But we also got to remember all the lives that we have lost thanks to him and Trump administration for wanting to reopen everything back up so quick. So don't get distracted about what's going on at the border. The numbers are still rising. A lot of people are still dying. So don't get distracted with them talking about the border with all the Haitians down there. That's all you hear on the news now. Oh, the Haitians, they're going to start deporting them soon and all of this. But the thing is, be fair for everybody. Do the same action for everybody. That's how you solve that. Treat everybody the same. Then I wouldn't have no problem. But it's mighty funny. As soon as they seen the Haitians show up, oh, we need to deport them. It's too many. It's over. I think last count I heard over 15,000 people down there. We need it becoming a real big problem down at the border. We need to start deporting the Haitians. sending them back to a country that is trying to rebuild. I'm not saying it's right for them to be here because it's not right for anyone to come into a country illegal. So, but when you call your country the land of the free and the brave, what happened to the free part? Oh, I guess that only deal with certain group of folks. That's all I'm saying. Be fair with everybody. Don't be one-sided. Be fair with everybody. TCal said, yeah, if you're going to send people back, pack them all up. Exactly. Don't pick and choose which ones you want to carry back and not carry back, because you must remember Trump wife, an immigrant, allegedly got here by a lie. Trump also been, I believe he was fined for hiring illegal immigrants to work at his hotel or at his business. So if you're going to be fair across the board. That's all I want. Be fair across the board. If you sending one group back, send them all back. That's how you keep the drama down. America wouldn't look like Klansmen in suits if you fair for everybody. Now, I know I'm gonna get some calls. I'm gonna get some comments. That's fine. Everybody is entitled to their position, to their opinion. But for me, when I'm looking at it, and immediately as soon as the Haitians showed up, we need to speed up deportation. We need to send them back. Need to deport them right away. But some people don't look at that, because with everybody else, you hear them complaining about the border, but also when it come down to the border, they not rushing to send everybody else back. They putting them in camp, sending them to arenas and stuff to stay. But the Haitian, they gotta go. What's the difference? The only difference I see is the color of their skin. That's it. TCal said Trump and the governor from Florida did the same thing when those with millions in their skin started coming into Florida, yet Cubans stayed. Exactly. It's all about money. It's all about money. It's all about money. And some people are going to say, well, some of these folks ain't got money. That's right. A lot of them don't have money. But if they could get that cheap labor, that's more money that they can make. Texas had one of the lowest minimum wage rate. So of course, you get someone from a third world country come over and you offer them pennies on a dollar, more money than what they was making in their own country. They're gonna be like, yeah, I feel like they living on top of the world. Be fair. That's all I ask. Be fair. Biden, I don't know if you plan on running your re-election, but right now I'm not voting for you. And I wasn't going to vote for you last time. Only reason why I did, we just couldn't deal with that clown again. So you got to get it right. You got to get it right. Vice President Harris, you might need to talk some sense to him, because this also affects you too. If you decide to run for president next time. You got to do what's right. Be fair across the board. Because basically what this is just a flat out racism. You sending the black folks back, but you want to allow everybody else to stay here a little while longer. But the black ones, you're gonna hurry up and rush and send them back. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers tonight, but I'm gonna speak it like it is. Um, but yeah, that really bothered me when I heard that. Um, and then for that reporter, I forgot who he was reporting for, and he was like, "Oh yeah, their biggest concern is it could be a riot down here. They can just start attacking uh, the border patrol and all of this." And I'm like, really? Making people scared. It's not a good situation going on down there. I agree, it's not. But when you pick a certain group of folks and say, you know what, we're going to send them back, that don't change the situation that is down there because people still coming over. But you only targeting one group of folks. I heard they was talking about sending the rest of them like to California, Arizona, uh, and other states. That's not solving the problem. But the Haitian, you said you're gonna send them back right off the bat. Haitian, we need to deport them. Need to speed up deportation. Need to get them back. Get them on the plane. Send them back. That's why I asked that question. Do you think America, spelled with three K's, is showing its true color at the border? Because that's all it's doing, showing its true colors. For the simple fact, it shouldn't be a question. If you treating everybody the same way, that question should never come up. But because of the history of America, that's always going to be a question to come up. We see how America do people of color. I can hear some dummy leaving a message, but they not America. They from Haiti. They still human beings. They still a person of color. What difference would it make? They're supposed to be the land of the free. I'm not saying just let folks come over and just come over and set up shop. No, have them do it the right way, but you don't target a certain group of people and saying we need to speed up deportation and we need to get planes set up and send them back to Haiti. You don't do that. You don't do that. That don't look good for none of us. But that's what the Biden administration said they're going to do. They're going to speed it up, send them back. Not only that, it's kind of like having a trial without even having a trial. Because I heard one reporter say it take at least, I think he said at least 15 weeks to get someone in the system and all of that. And they told me I start deporting them either today or tomorrow. So it's like they found guilty already just by the color of their skin. They're guilty. They going back. Speedy justice. They don't care. They going back. But that's the America that we live in. That's what we're living in. That's the way that America treat people of color. If I'm wrong, correct me. Show the history. Teach the history to our kids. That's what they don't want to do. Let the real history of America come out. Because if they did, people would understand. America is racist. We have some racist leaders that don't need to be in office because they make the laws to their racist needs, to their racist followers. That's the issue that we have. And for Biden to jump on that so quick, I'm like, wait a minute, there's something wrong with that whole picture. Then they start making up excuses, reason why we need to get them out of here. Not because they have been hit with a huge earthquake and hit with a hurricane right after that. Not concerned about none of that. Just like all these other people that's leaving from these other countries to come over here. It's like, hey, you never should have had the land of the free in your slogan, because that's not true. Everybody haven't been freed in this country, and unfortunately, some people are still in slavery because of our justice system, because of the way that our laws are made. It's not to benefit everybody, only a certain group of folks. That's why our prisons are so crowded, and a lot of them are private prisons. It's a big business. But hey, this is my opinion. This is what I have seen. Biden need to step up. Need to stop listening to certain folks and think about the right things to do. This is not it. And what you're trying to do with the Haitians, send them back. Send them back to where? They came, I believe, I heard it was over 2,000 miles they walked. Cross cross rivers and lakes and everything just to get here. 9 times out of 10, they probably haven't even tried to talk to none of them. Probably just told them stay over there, go up under the bridge. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion about it. Um, we're gonna hit on another low subject for tonight, and no, they had another rally at Capitol Hill yesterday. Supposed to be showing support for the ones that are on trial for the Capitol riot on January 6th, but at the same time, of course, it didn't work out like they thought it was. And then, why are you having a rally for folks that did a terrorist attack? That's my question. Because here it is, try to overthrow our government by trying not to certify the president who won legally, and you want to have a rally for the ones that is charged with it? Would you hold a rally for other terrorists? Because that's basically what they are, terrorists. Would you hold a rally for terrorists? I'm just asking. If it was anybody from anywhere else that did the same thing, would you hold a rally for them? That's where our laws are jacked up at. You holding a rally for somebody who did something wrong, who did treason on America. You're trying to want to hold a rally for them. That's how sick our laws are. That don't make sense. Well, a lot of people didn't show up no way. I guess some people said, no, I don't think I want to show up for that, which was the best thing to do, not show up. But hey, each his own though. Uh, TCal said exactly, and then claim it's not supporting that, but supporting rights. What rights? They lost their rights. They lost their rights when they did an attack on America. What rights do they have? You're listening to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. You can live chat with us in the chat room. Tonight we talked about uh, do you feel do you think America is showing its true color at the border by the way that they are doing the Haitians that are at the border that they want to deport immediately without taking them through the same process that they've done other people that came over illegal also from other countries? So, do you feel that America is doing the right thing, or are they showing their true racist colors? And also, we talked about the rally from yesterday, the Capitol Hill rally for the support of the ones that have been arrested for the riot that happened on January 6th. TCal said not at all. So I agree. I don't support them. I don't support them at all. And I feel like America is wrong. I feel like what they displaying right now is a setback. That's a setback. That's the case when y'all brought our ancestors over here 400 years ago. Y'all should have deported us. But that's not what you wanted to do. You wanted that free labor, wanted somebody to come and build America for you. TCal said, I love my country, but I'm so ashamed. I'm ashamed of it too. Because when I seen that, and for these reporters to use the scare tactic saying, oh, they can cause a riot here. A riot can break out at any time. These folks came over here because they not being provided anything. So they using what they can to build little tents or whatever, for they won't be in the sun. But everybody else to come, oh, come on over, help them cross over, take them and take them and put them in a low camp, feed them, make sure they okay. But the Haitian, y'all stay up under that bridge over there. I'm just saying. And people want to know why I say there's a difference between black laws and white laws. because we're not treated equally. We're not. There's no way we are. And I already know. I know who's gonna do it, but that's your opinion. That's your opinion. If you want to make comments about this tonight, you can actually call in 972-591-3665, 972-591-3665. And if you don't want to talk about these two subjects I brought up, that's fine. Speak your mind, whatever you want us to bring up, or bring facts. And if you decide to call in, please do not block your number. Don't block your number, because these scammers are getting kind of crazy. They call from all different numbers, and then they turn around and they start sending you text messages now. Oh, you won. We owe you a refund from Best Buy. Then 10 minutes later, we owe you a refund from Walmart. Oh, we owe you a refund from AT&T. All of these things. And I'm like, really? I will be rich all these refunds y'all saying y'all owe me. But you got to click on this link to claim it before it's too late. That I won't do. So, yeah. But, yeah, so the rally yesterday, it basically turned out that a lot of people didn't show up. They actually say it falls short of expectation. And they was expecting a large gathering, but it was a small crowd. And so that was just kind of, I still don't know why somebody would hold a rally for these folks, knowing they was in the wrong. And also, yeah, I just got an alert. But also, I've heard about this case before. I didn't really get a chance to pull it up, but right before I came on, Gabby Petito, the young lady who is missing out of Florida, I believe, um, and her boyfriend, allegedly they went on a trip. Unfortunately, her body was found in Wyoming. And yesterday, I think nobody had seen him since Thursday. So he's somewhere in the wind. And so they looking for the boyfriend. He's a prime suspect. He came back off this trip, I think on the 20th. No one seen or heard from her since the 24th of last month. And but it came out a couple of hours ago that her body was found in Wyoming. And so I guess they looking for the boyfriend now, because he definitely came up missing. He's gone. So, but yeah, that is terrible, TCal. And I don't care what's going on, but if you get that angry where you have to hurt someone, it's best to get out of it. It's nothing worth it. Um, if my wife and I ever get to the point of something like that, no, I'm out of there. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I don't argue, which she know that. So if we can't sit down and have a conversation about whatever is going on, I I don't pay attention. 'Cause if you come to me yelling, I don't pay attention to nothing. I don't care who that with. So, but if you want to have a conversation, we can come up and have a conversation, and do that. But to go out and um, and actually go out and do harm to a person. Um, so that's kind of strange. I hate to do harm to an animal, but unfortunately, we so in our garage we have this little one of those little traps in case an animal get on there or something, try to get into the house. Well, I seen a frog on there today. Ain't nothing I can do for you. Because your legs weren't big enough for frog legs, and um, he laid there, and I came back. I thought he was laying back, getting some sun or something, and he was moving slow. So I said, "Well, I guess I go and get you now and put you out." So threw him in the trash can. But don't try to come up in here because we got sticky pads in every open place. Um, but yeah, but tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. We'll be back. Hopefully, we'll have some better reports on what's going on at the border. Um, People got to realize they are human beings also, and I think if people try to sit down and communicate with people to find out what's going on, it will be so much better. I'm not saying they're right for coming over here illegal. Definitely not saying that because should do it the right way. Do it the right way, and then you will have a better understanding. Be able to come here legally compared to trying to illegal get in here, and that's for everybody. Don't but treat them all the same. If you're gonna deport one group, deport them all. That would be the best thing to do. I know some people are gonna say, "Well, most of them was kids." True, but some of them had their parents with them. Send them back. Send them back. Just like you're trying to send Haitian back so quick, send them all back. Same way. If that's what you're gonna do it all the same across the board. Then it won't be no complaints about it. And also in the meantime, change the change what you say, the land of the free, because it's not free to everybody. Change that. But other than that, I will see y'all tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Until then, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for supporting the show. I will be doing a after show on Anchor. So um, if you go ahead and subscribe on Anchor and come over there and join us. All right. Talk to you tomorrow. Love each and every one of you. Peace.